afternoon, everyone. Good morning, should I say. We're going to be going live in about 5 minutes. I see there's about 7 people watching already, so welcome to you 7, and we look forward to introducing the new booklet to you soon. Hope that you're around. Hopefully you'll be able to use Twitter to be able to send us messages through RYA AP SSE. I'll just put an introduction of that on the screen now. You can see that in the top left hand side of your screen, so if you'd like to use that to go online, then that would be brilliant, and to send us messages. I'm also set up our pop-up chat, and that should give you an opportunity to send us through Facebook and through Twitter at the same time as well. That's just loading up now, and we'll start it in approximately 4 minutes now. It'd be great if you could let me know whether it's too loud or not loud enough, and we can adjust the volume from this end as well. See if there's any questions coming through as yet. Nothing as yet. The live pop-up chat hasn't come through yet. Can't seem to get the chat room to work as yet, so please feel free to use the Twitter, and you can see the hashtag in the top left hand side of your screen, and it's RYA AP SSE, which stands for RYA Royal Yachting Association Adult Participation South and South East, and everything there will go through to our area. Turn my phone off as it keeps on going off. What I'm just going to do is I'm just going to put a quick poll on the online up on the screen. It'd be great to know where you're watching this from, whether you're watching it from Facebook or if you're watching it from Ustream. So just vote on the screen whether you're watching through Ustream or Facebook. We've got one person on Ustream, excellent. Anyone else from Facebook watching? The poll's obviously working, I quite like that. That's good skills. Okay, that's great. So most people are looking through Ustream. Just going to do another quick poll. And where are you from? Are you from the RYA? Are you from a club? A centre? Or from an other organisation? There we go. Where are you from? Are you part of the RYA? The chat server doesn't seem to be working at the moment. So one person from the RYA, welcome. One person from another, thank you. Okay, so we're going to start in one minute. Okay, so welcome to the introduction of the Sport Development Sailing into the Future booklet. It was recently done by Jackie Bennett, who put all the hard work of pulling everyone's ideas together and putting it together. It's a great little booklet. It's got some great bits inside of it, and I'm just going to talk you through the booklet a little bit, and then if anyone wants to ask any questions, please do through the Twitter account using the hashtag RYAAPSSE, and that way we'll be able to get all of your information and ask your questions as we go through. So first of all, there's an introduction from John White, the Sport Development Manager, and it leads into page 3, where it just talks about the 3 main reasons why we did it, really. I think the first part is outlining ways to take advantage of our knowledge and experience at the RYA, and I'll talk to you shortly about the different people that you can liaise with at the RYA to work with us. The second part is about using the best tools possible, whether it be market segmentation, case studies, fact sheets, or things like that. And the third part is the success stories of where it's actually happened. So what's actually happened that we've designed, and then it's worked, and then they've pulled it through. So the first example of that is X Sailing Club, which is on page 4. And the great thing with X Sailing Club is they're a Club of the Year in 2009. And there's a great little article here saying that says the volunteer ethos is fantastic. Everyone from the committee to instructors and safety boat drivers are volunteers, and we've managed to encourage a wealth of people to become instructors and race coaches to prevent instructor fatigue. And I think that's a great point. The more instructors and coaches you can get in, then the better that'll be. So that's moving on to page 3. So that's just one of the first examples of what one sailing club did. It was a great example there, and as I say, they were the Club of the Year 2009. It was done by Rex Frost, the Commodore. So what are we on to next? Well, page 10 is a great example of who's there to help at the RYA. There are lots of people there that can help. It is a bit like a window company with lots of different people out there. So we just thought we'd give you different examples of people that would be able to help and make it pretty clear. On the right hand side on page 11, there's a great diagram of who there is to help. So on a local level, you've got onboard development officers, there are regional committees, there are high performance managers, regional development officers, and this is all laid out very clearly in the booklet of who's there to help. It also gives you where to start. What are the basic questions you should be asking when you're starting to develop a plan at your club or at your centre? Now, although this was aimed primarily at clubs, it could be easily used and adapted for commercial centres and local authority centres. So it gives you a basics of where are we now, where do we want to get to, and where do we want to be in the future, and how are we going to get there. And that leads into the next section, which is the development plan stage. Again, another example, Yorkshire Dales Sailing Club on the next page, and then follow through to page 14 is about how you can write your development plan. Great example there of how to write it, what you need to do, and I think the main part here on this part here is all about the SMART tasks. So simple, measurable, appropriate, realistic and timely. And every club should be able to do that. It's really, really easy, and it's a great way of starting to build the basics of a plan. So how else can you get involved with this? We're also running RYA regional winter workshops. I'll be running the regional ones for the RYA South and South East. They start in November, and we'll talk about those in more detail shortly. So page 20 we move on to is all about the marketing of your club. So it's really, really important, the marketing of your club, knowing the needs of your members, and later on in another web line we can also go through the market segmentation. So in here it does several things: marketing, PR, membership, advertising, new and existing units, so getting new members in or new customers in, and existing users and members. So what do they already do? What are the needs of your current members? So that's another great area on the marketing. Turning to page 24, it's an introduction about On Board, which is our national programme to get 500,000 kids involved in sailing over the next 10 years and to keep 10% of those. We've made a massive influx on those up in the last 6 years. We're well over halfway. We're getting halfway on the regular participation. We're about 5% nationally, about 6.5% regionally. So what else do we move on to? What else is in the booklet? Well, there's more bits about the racing pathways. Page 27, there's a small bit about the opportunities for disabilities, so sailability sailing. Page 30 is about Team 15 and what you can get involved and how you can get involved in that. And that's the basics of the book. It's a very short introduction. What else is coming up and where else can you hear more about this booklet? Well, there's two main events coming shortly. We've got the RYA Regional Winter Workshops, which I've already mentioned. The first ones will be in November. They're based in each county. So there'll be one in Dorset, Hampshire, on the Isle of Wight, Sussex and Kent. More information will be coming out about those shortly. But the first one will be about development plans and market segmentation. The final event is the main event of the year really for us, is the Regional Instructor Conference, or now called Instructor Training Day. Again at Hayling Island Sailing Club, 24th of March. It's going to be taking a slightly different view this year. We're going to do the Saturday as usual, so it'll be half the time on water, and then half the time will be spent with an inspiring chat in the afternoon, or the morning, depending on when you're on the water. And the idea from that will then also be, in the evening, we're going to hold a curry night. You can have a curry night in the evening, and you can stay at Hayling Island. And then the following day, we've had many people ask in the past that they still want workshops. They want time to talk and chat to people. So from 10 to 12 on Sunday, we're also going to be doing workshops so that people can interact, and there'll be 6 different themes split over 2 sections, an hour long, and more information will be coming out about that shortly. The last thing, every Friday at 3 p.m. we're going to be introducing the adult participation case studies and market segmentation on a weekly basis. It'll be 10 minutes long, and the idea will be that it was short introductions of a fact sheet on what you could do and a case study of where it's worked. So I hope you've enjoyed the first broadcast. I'll be keen to get your feedback on how it worked, how you could interact. I'll just see if there's any questions on Twitter with the RYA AP SSE, and see if anyone's put any questions on there. No questions as yet. If anyone's got any questions, then please send them through, and we'll be talking about them. But thank you very much for watching. Interested for your feedback, and you can either email me at andy.hooper@rya.org.uk, or again send questions through RYA AP SSE. Thanks very much, and we'll speak to you shortly.